That was not exactly how I expected this week to pan out in the world of football.
P.J. Walker and this number 1 Browns D with the upset.
What a weird, wacky, and wild week of football. Let us dive into our Week 7 power rankings. Number 32, Carolina Panthers. Last time's ranking, 32. Bryce Young showed more improvement in South Beach, but the Panthers defense was overwhelmed by the Miami Dolphins' prolific offensive attack. It's simply time for GM Scott Fitterer to call opposing teams and let them know that he's open for business. Number 31, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 31. Well, they didn't lose by 30-something points this time around. Not that it's really worth celebrating or anything. Bill Belichick's Patriots showed a little more fight in Vegas, but like the Panthers, the Pats may as well get a head start on their looming garage sale. It is time to punt on this season. Number 30, Arizona Cardinals. Last time's ranking, 29. The Caleb Williams watch is on in Arizona. 2023 was always going to be a year of growing pains anyway. We love the work by first-year head coach Jonathan Gannon. He's getting more out of a talentless roster than any of us would have really expected. Number 29, New York Giants. Last time's ranking, 30. We almost never bump a team up following a loss, but you know, the Giants are a special exception. They were this close to shocking the Buffalo Bills on the road with backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor. If only they didn't cost themselves with horrendous clock management at the end of the first half. Number 28, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 28. We kid you not. It is time for the Broncos to plan for life without Russell Wilson. Just cut him this offseason and accept whatever dead cap hits you have to stomach. I'm pretty sure the owners can afford it. Number 27, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 27. If Justin Fields didn't leave in the third quarter with a right thumb injury, we're sure the Bears would have defeated the Minnesota Vikings. But instead, the Fields-less Bears dropped a low-scoring affair 19-13. On brighter notes, the Bears have shown some improvement on both sides of the ball these last 3 weeks. Number 26, Tennessee Titans. Last time's ranking, 23. Ryan Tannehill and Malik Willis combined for 12 completions, 104 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, and 6 sacks taken against Baltimore. Meanwhile, Will Levis is just sitting there like, bruh. Following Sunday's stinker of a loss to Baltimore and London, the Titans are now 2-4. They've shown 0 signs of being a true playoff contender. We had advised them to trade Derrick Henry and to give Levis the keys at some point. Number 25, Minnesota Vikings. Last time's ranking, 26. The Vikings offense struggled without Justin Jefferson, but the defense came to the rescue with a sloppy 19-13 victory in the Windy City. Curiously, ESPN's Adam Schefter reports that Cousins isn't expected to get traded this season. That tells us that the Vikings are still hoping to make a run at the postseason. Number 24, Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 22. With the Broncos, Vikings, Rams, and the Jekyll and Hyde Steelers making up the Packers' next 4 games, dare we say that there's a window of opportunity for Jordan Love and the Packers, who are on a bye week in Week 6, to sneak back into the playoff race? Number 23, Atlanta Falcons. Last time's ranking, 17. The good news, even after Sunday's frustrating home loss to Washington, the Falcons are just half a game out of first in the atrocious NFC South. The bad news? Arthur Smith is still committed to Desmond Ridder, while Taylor Heineke continues to watch from the bench. Yeah, when's that change at QB coming? Number 22, Washington Commanders. Last time's ranking, 25. Following a 3-game losing skid, the Commanders gutted out a team victory in Atlanta to get back to 500. At 3-3, Washington is in the mushy middle and in the thick race for the 3 NFC wildcard spots. Number 21, Indianapolis Colts. Last time's ranking, 13. Rather than claim sole possession of first in the AFC South, Gardner Minshew and his Colts were humiliated by the Jaguars in Duval County. Colts offense is clearly limited without Anthony Richardson, who's likely done for the year now with a shoulder injury. Number 20, New Orleans Saints. Last time's ranking, 16. The Saints are underachieving big time. Derek Carr is battling consistency issues. The O-line is in shambles, and the execution in the red zone has been nothing short of horrific. But hey, like we said with the Falcons, these Saints are only half a game out of first in the NFC South. Number 19, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 12. Oh, sheesh, what a disappointing performance coming out of their bye week. Brandon Staley's inept game management came back to bite them yet again. 2-3, these Bolts aren't out of the count, but could a coaching change be in order if they lose to the Chiefs this Sunday? Number 18, Las Vegas Raiders. Last time's ranking, 24. Don't look now, but the Raiders are 3-3 and very much alive in the playoff race. Josh McDaniels is now 3-0 against his former Jedi Master Bill Belichick. It's impressive that the Raiders gutted out the win with Bryden Hoyer needing to finish the game for an injured Jimmy Garoppolo too. Number 17, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 21. Kyron Williams and Cooper Kupp all put up 100 yards on offense in the Rams' 26-9 rout to the lowly Cardinals. And with that, the hot and cold Rams are back to 500 with the also hot and cold Steelers coming to town this Sunday. Number 16, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 19. CJ Stroud's impressive not throwing an INT streak ended on Sunday. But it didn't matter. His Texans squeaked out a close 20-13 win over New Orleans. Houston has already matched last year's win total, and they're just one W away from matching their 2020 and 2021 win totals too. It'd be time to put some respect on these guys. Number 15, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time's ranking, 10. Are the now 3-2 Bucs actually surprise contenders, or just the best of a weak bunch in the NFC South? Sunday's 20-6 home loss to the Detroit Lions suggests the latter. Tampa was exposed on both sides of the ball by Philly in Week 3 and by Detroit in Week 6. Number 14, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 15. The Steelers were on bye and watched all three of their AFC North Division rivals emerge victorious on Sunday. Giddy up, a wild four-way horse race for division supremacy is coming. Number 13, New York Jets. Last time's ranking, 20. The Jets pulled off the upset of the season on Sunday by stunning the previously undefeated Eagles at MetLife Stadium. Geez, just a remarkable effort by Robert Saleh's defense, who stole the game with 3 INTs off of Jalen Hurts. Zach Wilson is still limiting what this offense can do, but the Jets are finding ways to win the old-fashioned way with a hard-hitting D and a prolific rushing game. Number 12, Cincinnati Bengals. Last time's ranking, 18. What did we say after the Bengals 0-2 start? No panic. And hey, I think we were pretty correct about that, now weren't we? Just like that, Joe Burrow and company are back to 500 following a tight 17-13 win over Seattle. Number 11, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 6. Coulda, woulda, shoulda is probably the best way to sum up the Seahawks' frustrating loss to the Bengals in Week 6. But you know, this was always going to be a pretty tough game for Seattle. But they can take solace in the defense's impressive effort against one of football's top offenses. Number 10, Cleveland Browns. Last time's ranking, 14. Doesn't matter if it's Deshaun Watson or PJ Walker, the Browns can win with anybody at quarterback, as evidenced on Sunday. Cleveland handed Brock Purdy and the 49ers their first regular season loss in 51 weeks on the basis of a near flawless performance by the defense. Jim Schwartz is unquestionably the assistant coach of the year right now. Number 9, Dallas Cowboys. Last time's ranking, 9. It wasn't pretty, but the Cowboys bounced back from a blowout in San Fran by squeaking out a 3-point victory over a quality Chargers team. Dallas is 4-2 and now just a game out of first in the NFC. Number 8, Baltimore Ravens. Last time's ranking, 11. Lamar Jackson and the offense wasted plenty of opportunities in the red zone, but 2 things happened in London that made this a moot point. Make no mistake, the defense has been the driving force behind Baltimore's early success. It's time for Jackson and the offense to start doing their part now. Number 7, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 7. No move this week for the Bills, who barely got past a 1-win Giants team at home with its backup QB in place. But hey, good teams always find a way to win games that they deserve to lose. The Bills are 4-2 despite not playing exactly their best football yet. Number 6, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 8. Don't look now, but the Jags are on a 3-game winning streak, racking up 85 points during that span. Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, and Travis Etienne Jr. are all on pace to put up over 1,000 yards of offense, with tight end Evan Ingram not far behind. Trevor Lawrence is in his rhythm, and the defense is getting better each and every week. Number 5, Detroit Lions. Last time's ranking, 5. The Lions are doing what a championship caliber team should be doing, taking advantage of a soft schedule and then some. Detroit made easy work of Baker Mayfield's Bucs to improve to 5-1 on the year. Dan Campbell's group is really just clicking everywhere. Number 4, Miami Dolphins. Last time's ranking, 4. Miami overcame an ugly start to crush football's last winless team in the Panthers, and yes, they are still on pace to set the single-season record for points scored. Miami is sitting pretty at 5-1, but the D remains a concern. Number 3, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 2. Yeesh, just an all-around ugly, disappointing loss in New York for the Eagles. But hey, it's time to turn the page and move forward. Jalen Hurts got the one bad game out of his system against the Jets. Now, it's time to prepare for Sunday's can't-miss clash with Miami. Number 2, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 1. What we said about the Eagles applies to the 49ers here. Brock Purdy was due for a bad game, and the 49ers learned a tough lesson in that you can't underestimate any opponent. Like Philly, San Fran just has to turn the page and get back to their championship-level football program. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Last time's ranking, 3. Yep, the champs are back in the number 1 spot. It just took a 5-game winning streak and losses from the 49ers and Eagles to get back here. Not so hard, now was it? But who do you think should be number 1 in our Week 7 power rankings? Let us know in the comments section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.